the teaching and learning. So specifically, if we share, the first topic that we are going to share is about the webinar platforms, which will be shared by myself. Exploring the digital devices for the virtual learning will be delivered by Professor Amal, and digital classrooms and its add-ons will be shared by Professor Rajna Arora, and develop and publish your own video content will be shared by Professor Sangeeta, who heads the Department of Computer Science, and Professor Danya GS. She will be sharing about the online assessment and gamification tools. Recently, Professor Danya received a patent also. So it's really proud to host such a program for the faculty members of St. Albert's as well as from other colleges, nearby colleges. And we have two eminent personalities with us. One is our Vice Chancellor of the National University of Advanced Legal Studies, Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny. Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny has 30 years of experience as a teacher, as a professor in the Kerala University and the Central Universities of Kerala, out of which 11 years as a professor and 8 years as a dean. After passing his LLM examination with the first rank in the university in the 1986, he started his teaching career in the Kerala Law Academy and Law College, in the institution which he did his LLB and LLM. So he was an alma mater of that institute. Later, he joined for the research in with the UGC fellowship and secured PhD, and joined in the University Department of Law, Karivattam campus in 1990, and he had published the books Corrupt Practices in the Election Law, and nearly 45 research papers have been published by learned Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny. 17 students, including 2 foreign students, has completed PhD under his supervision. Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny is also a research guide. He was the international observer to the Nepal Constituent Assembly elections in 2006 and Bangladesh Parliament election in 2007. He had delivered lectures in 16 foreign universities and had interacted with interactive sessions in 6 foreign universities, including Harvard Law School. He served as a program chair of the International Conference on Law and Public Policy held at the Singapore earlier 7 years. So it's a great privilege for St. Albert's College to have beloved learned Professor Dr. Sunny K.C. with us. He is a companion of St. Albert's College for a lot of matters, and I believe that Professor K.C. Sunny have we requested him in a very short time, but with his kind heart, he had accepted our invitation. Yes, I mean, last year, and Dr. M.L. Joseph sir had visited his chamber to invite him for a program here in the college campus, but he couldn't turn up because of his busy schedule. But during this pandemic time, he offered to be with us. So on behalf of the department and on behalf of the HRDR and on behalf of the management of St. Albert's College Autonomous, I extend our sincere thanks, and I welcome him to this cordial function. Hearty welcome, sir. And the second person that I would like to invite and welcome is our beloved Vice Principal, the President of today's function, Father Verghese John Christopher Vatasheri. Father John Christopher Vatasheri, who is also an alma mater of St. Albert's College Autonomous, he got a late vocation towards the ministry with Christ. After his MCA and after his job with regard to the computer science, with the computer science in an MNC. In a later vocation, now he serves in different capacities as a vice principal. More than that, he is a bursar of the St. Albert's College institutions, and he was a former assistant manager in Albertian Institute of Science and Technology, and he was heading the departments of youth, especially the various organizations. And on behalf of the Department of Computer Science and on behalf of HRDR and my own office, I welcome our beloved Vice Principal, Father John Christopher Varasheri, to this function. Hearty welcome, Father. And we have our head of the department, Sangeeta J, who spearheads the activities of St. Albert's College Computer Science. And she is also responsible as assistant coordinator towards the examinations. She is also serving as an assistant controller of examinations of St. Albert's College Autonomous. As it is an autonomous college, and we have nearly 32 courses, the UG and PG courses over here in St. Albert's, and it's our privilege that the Department of Computer Science offers a lot of facilities as a support mechanisms towards the college. The portals of the college is also maintained from the admission till the TC. It was developed in-house. The faculties of St. Albert's College itself developed the portals, and we are too proud to say that this will be the only campus in India where they have developed the complete solutions with regard to a college of their own. That's a great thing. We have a Father Christie, the assistant manager and the vice chairman of St. Albert's College Autonomous, serving in the Department of Computer Science. Father John Christopher is also in the Department of Computer Science. Professor Danya GS, who just received a patent, she is also from the Computer Science. Professor Regina Arora, who serves with the department, and Professor Amal Emma, who is also from the Department of Computer Science. Everyone is here with us, and I'm really proud to share that such department, I mean my own department, shares a lot of responsibility with regard to the improvisation of IT facilities, specifically into the software support. So I would like to welcome each and every faculty members of the Department of Computer Science to this function. And further, it is the people who have joined with us who makes this program a different. And we have received a lot of participants, but here we have turned nearly 24 people have turned in for the inaugural ceremony. And after this program, we have devised in such a way that the first session will be live, the other sessions will be, they have to undergo through the LMS system, learning management system. So on behalf of the department and on behalf of the HRDR, I cordially welcome all the participants towards the online faculty development program. Hearty welcome to all. And once again, I wish a wonderful days ahead, happy learning. Thank you very much. I invite Father Verghese John Christopher Varasheri to deliver the presidential address.
Respected Vice Chancellor of UAS, Dr. K.C. Sunny, the Dean of Training and Development, St. Albert's College, Professor Shine Anthony, the Head of the Department of Computer Science, St. Albert's College, Professor Sangeeta, faculty members and faculty members of the college, as well as faculty members from neighboring colleges. Good morning to all. We know that there has been different kinds of tectonics happening in the world. When the World War II came up, there was a tectonic which happened. As part of it, when men went for war, women started to work. And from then onwards, we can see that the women have been along with men working. And when the year 2000 came, Y2K problem had created a lot of issues in the computer arena all over the world. And during that time, Indian engineers got an opportunity to go abroad and show their talents. And from then on, we see that the Indian engineers has contributed a lot towards the development of the world, especially through technical skills. And now we see a new tectonic which happens in the world. It's the pandemic which has brought about this new tectonic, that's virtual learning. We are entering into a new phase of learning where when people used to spend years in a campus, now things are changing in such a way that you may not need to come to the campus. We are not sure whether it's going to become like this, but still it's a new dimension the education scenario is getting. And I think it will be a change in the coming future. Maybe students may not be coming to the college, but they can do courses from their own homes, and they can even work at the same time. So at this scenario, we face a lot of difficulties because we are many of us are new into this arena. We have to learn new tools for teaching. At the same time, we need to find new tools for assessment. So this faculty development program is intended to equip you all to come to terms with new technologies which has evolved in online learning as well as assessment. So I wish all the best to this faculty development program, and I congratulate the computer science department as well as the Dean's Office of Training and Development for organizing this program so that the faculty members are in the same page with the technologies which has come up in the world. So thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much, Father. Now I invite Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny, the Vice Chancellor of NUALS, to inaugurate online FDP program. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Good morning to all. I think it is audible.
Perfectly, sir. Perfectly.
Respected Chair, very Reverend Father Varghese John Christopher, Mr. Shai, Mr. Sangeeta J, and dear teachers. I am extremely happy to be the part of this faculty development program for more than one reason. The first reason is that though there was one invitation from St. Albert's College for a function in last February or March, I was not in a position to accept that invitation because of some preoccupations. Second reason is that I am very happy in interacting with teachers and students because my father was a teacher, my mother was also a teacher, but later she decided to quit the job. And my only ambition in my life was to become a teacher. My father's ambition was also that, and my mother's ambition was to see me as the teacher of a college managed by my own parish. My father was the first headmaster of the high school of our parish. Later, the parish established a college in 1964. So, my father's idea about me is to see me as the principal of or teacher of principal of that college. Anyway, I became the teacher of the university and served there for nearly 30 years, and now I am the vice chancellor. Again, I will go back to Central University and continue there for another 1.5 years after completing this term here. So it is, in addition to that, I got the opportunity to be the coordinator of 12 faculty development programs organized by Academic Staff College, University of Kerala, Karyvattam campus, in human rights. 12 in human rights and 1 in law. So I have some experience with this type of program also. That is the second reason. The third reason is that the pandemic created so many problems, but it opened up new avenues also. So we have to explore the possibility of using this pandemic situation to the benefit of the individual and collective well-being of human beings. I think this faculty development program is an attempt in that direction. Coming to education, as all of us are well aware, there are 3 basic objectives of education. Firstly, imparting of the knowledge. Secondly, enabling the students to develop their skills. Third one is inculcation of values. When we are discussing about the quality of education in institution, the last meeting of the AIU, Association of Indian Universities, that is Vice Chancellor Conference. Last conference was online, the conference of 1990. One basic issue was addressed. The issue was that what are the criteria to be adopted for treating an education institution as an institution of excellence. There, the conclusion or the predominant view was that we have to take into account of 4 infrastructures. The first infrastructure is physical infrastructure, that is buildings, playgrounds, etc., etc. Second one, digital infrastructure, that is its computer and computer networking and this allied facilities. Third one, intellectual infrastructure, that is the quality of the faculty. Last one, emotional infrastructure, emotional bond between the institution and the alumni, institution and the society, institution within the institution, between head of the institution and faculty, faculty and students, faculty and office administration, etc., etc. If my information is correct, in St. Albert's College, as far as St. Albert's College is concerned, all these infrastructures are very, very strong. Physical infrastructure, then digital infrastructure, intellectual infrastructure, and emotional infrastructure. But coming to this digital infrastructure, in most of the educational institutions, having very good quality, they have very good digital infrastructure, but only 20% of the 20 to 30% of the digital infrastructure has been used. Other facilities are not at all used. That is a position. When we are saying about the human brain, we may say that we will use only 5% or 10% of our brain. That is the same position in relation to our personal computer also. We are using only small portion of our personal computer. I think that is true in relation to this digital infrastructure of the education institution also. I think through this FDP program, teachers will be enabled to tap the full potential of the digital infrastructure of the institution. And if the institution is lagging behind in some aspect of digital infrastructure, I am sure that Reverend Father Varghese John Christopher will take necessary action for taking the appropriate measures. Then coming to the role of the faculty in educational institution, when we are discussing this issue, we may understand that there is a paradigm shift in the matter of what is happening or what the strategies to be adopted for running educational institution. Now, the things happening in educational institution are concerned. Three important aspects need to be specially considered. The first thing is that now education is not a teaching process, but it is a learning process. Shift from teaching process to learning process. That is the first thing. Now, what ought to be happened in the classroom is not an activity which is teacher centered, but the activities which are student centered. So now it is not learning process. It is in the activity should not be, or classroom transaction shall not be a learning process, but shall not be teacher centered, but student centered. Third thing is interdisciplinary approach is needed. Nearly 30 years back, at that time I joined in Kerala University, Department of Law. At that time, at the initiative of Professor Velanilam, this credit semester-based CSS, semester credit system was introduced there. And then the system which was introduced adopted the strategy that for PG, the students may study only 60% from their respective departments. So for LLM students, they need to study only 60% of the only that such a portion, that is 60% of the subjects from law department. Remaining may be taken from any department, maybe from music department or from computer science department, etc., etc. When this scheme was introduced, there was very strong resistance on the part of students, teachers, all society, media, etc., etc. Now we accepted these things to a certain extent. I think especially after the introduction of this choice-based credit system in affiliated colleges also. So basically there is only one thing, that is knowledge. For our convenience, we are dividing knowledge as firstly as science and humanities. Humanities further to arts and social sciences. Social science further to economics, political science, history, etc., etc. Science further to life science and physical science. Physical science further to mathematical science, computer science, etc. Technology, engineering, etc., etc., etc. That is a basic. That is the original idea. Basically, there is only one thing, that is knowledge. For our convenience, we are dividing knowledge as different branches. So basically, we have to take interdisciplinary approach in classroom transaction. When we are discussing this type of when we are organizing this type of faculty development program, this thing should also be in our mind. Then what is the role of the teacher? Actually, role of the teacher is the role of the facilitator. Teacher is a facilitator. Earlier, some teachers may say that I am a walking encyclopedia. They themselves claim that I am a walking encyclopedia. That is an absurd idea. We can say that even if some person is an expert in the subject, he can say that I am a walking encyclopedia of outdated knowledge. Because I started my lecture before 20 minutes. This inaugural address before 10 or 20 minutes. Within this 20 minutes time, torture changes happened around the world. So new addition to every branch of the every branch of the knowledge. So mainly the role of the teacher in the classroom is that of the facilitator. Then if we ask one question, which is the most important quality to be possessed by a teacher? As I mentioned earlier, my father was a teacher. My mother was also a teacher. I started teaching the next day in which my LLM result was published. The second day, even today I am continuing teacher. Yesterday also I took a class. So nearly from 1986. Later I joined for research with the UGC JRF, but during that period also I was taking classes for 10 hours per week, because at that time, according to the UGC scheme, the JRF fellows can take classes to the maximum 10 hours per week. I don't know what is the present regulation. So I have this teaching experience. As I mentioned earlier, I coordinated nearly 11 or 12 professional courses for law teachers. I served as the Dean of the Kerala University nearly 14 years. Even today, I am holding the additional position of Dean Faculty of Law, University of Kerala, and Dean Faculty of Law, Kochi University of Science and Technology. In addition to this post of Vice Chancellor, I am holding the position of the Dean of two conventional universities. Then now I am the professor in the Central University. Anyway, I have very frequent interaction with the students and teachers. With this experience, if one asks one question, which is the most important quality to be possessed by a teacher, without any hesitation, I will say that motivating the student. Teacher should be a motivator. That is the most important quality to be possessed by a teacher. How we will motivate? That is the next question. When we are discussing the issue of motivating the students, we have to take into account of 4 quotients of the student. Firstly, intelligent quotient, that is IQ. Second one, emotional quotient, that is EQ. Third one, social quotient, that is SQ. In Catholic institutions, the management can give one more abbreviation to SQ, that is spiritual quotient, social quotient bar spiritual quotient. Last one, adversary quotient. I got awareness with these quotients when I assumed the charge of the Director of International Affairs of Kerala University. That was in 2012. And I served in that position for 5 years. At that time, there was Semester in India program. That is, students from American universities may come to India and spend 1 semester here. I think Kerala University is the only university which had the opportunity to accommodate foreign students as the part of regular program, not frequent visitor, regular program for 1 semester. Then the universities or agents or representatives of the foreign university interacted with us for adopting the strategies to be followed, they always say that you are not aware of the EQ and SQ of the students. EQ and SQ of the students. So they insisted that in addition to this intelligent quotient IQ, emotional quotient, how emotions may be controlled, that aspect should also be taken into account. Then SQ, what is the level of social interaction of the students? The awareness of the students about society. That thing ought also be quantified. So this SQ factor should also be taken into consideration. Now there is one more quotient, that is adversary quotient. Actually, this adversary quotient, that concept was propounded by the HR expert Paul Stotz in the year 1997. This is a new theory, comparatively new theory. Because his name of this book is Adversary Quotient, Turning Obstacles into Opportunities. So this AQ, adversary quotient, has much relevance in this pandemic period. Why? Because the very idea is reflected in the title of the book, Turning Obstacles to Opportunities. How we can convert these opportunities, convert these obstacles as opportunities. Now, management expert says that, according to this according to the new theory of management, for implementing a thing, only 20 to 25% of time may be used for implementation. For anything, whether this organizing a refresher course or organizing a arts festival, only 20 or 25% of our effort is needed to implement the thing. Remaining 75 to 80% should be used for removing obstacles. Removing of obstacles, that is very, very important in implementing anything, and that is very, very important in achieving the targets. That is very, very important having a successful career, very, very important in having a successful life also. Removing of obstacle. And removing of obstacle, what is obstacle? A situation or a thing which is operating as a hurdle for us, that is obstacle. And what is the effect of obstacle? Obstacle will create an adversary situation or a hostile situation. So we have to develop, we means teachers, the capacity to convert obstacles as opportunities. This idea may also be conveyed to our students. I think in this pandemic period, when we are taking into account of the digital learning, digital evaluation, etc., this basic issue should also be discussed, if it is not the part of the formal scheme of this refresher course. This aspect may be considered in an informal manner. With these few words, I am concluding. I wish this faculty development program all success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chancellor. I request Professor Sangeeta J, the head of the Department of Computer Science, to deliver vote of thanks to the inaugural ceremony.
Thank you, sir. Respected Reverend Father John Christopher, Vice Principal and President of today's function, respected Chief Guest Dr. K.C. Sunny, Vice Chancellor, Nuance, Professor Shine Anthony, Dean, Training and Development, faculty members and participants from various educational institutions. A warm good morning to all. Today, the Department of Computer Science is organizing, in association with Albertine Center for Human Research and Development, organizing an online FDP on exploring virtual platforms. So actually, this idea came to our mind is like that. During the lockdown period, some of our faculty members actually participated in a workshop on e-learning. At that time, we got an idea that we could organize a program in such a manner that the some of the information we actually secured through that program should be shared to others. With this idea, we actually planned, and we are organizing this program. And I'm very happy to say that we have more than 70 participants from various institutions inside and outside Kerala. First of all, I thank God Almighty for making this program happen. And the Department of Computer Science and also the St. Albert's College is honored with the presence of Dr. K.C. Sunny, Vice Chancellor Nuance, for inaugurating the function. I would like to thank you, sir, for accepting within the short period of time, actually, you accepted our invitation and for spending your valuable time with us. I take this opportunity to thank you, sir, on behalf of all the faculties of Department of Computer Science and also on behalf of
Sangeeta teacher. Sangeeta teacher, hello. Hello. I believe that there is some technical issues. And we are really sorry for the inconvenience caused. So continuing her words, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny, sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Nuhals University, the National Law University. He is, as shared, I believe that he will be going back to his mother university and he will be taking much responsibility, the same as he shares at present. So I wish him a great successful future also. So on behalf of St. Albert's College Autonomous, Department of Computer Science and Albertine Center for Human Resource Development and Research, I extend our sincere gratitude towards Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny, the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much, sir, for your presence. Thank you very much, sir. And I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Father Verghese John Christopher, who acts as the bursar of St. Albert's College Autonomous and Vice Principal of St. Albert's College Autonomous. On behalf of the department and on behalf of everyone, I share our sincere gratitude to Father Verghese John Christopher. Thank you very much, Father.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I would like to extend our sincere gratitude towards all the faculty members of the Department of Computer Science and all the faculty members who have joined with us. Thank you very much for joining for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you very much. So we will conclude. I would like to announce that with the permission of the chair, Father Verghese John Christopher, would like to announce that we have completed the inaugural ceremony. Thank you very much. And we will be continuing the session one. Session one, that is Google Meet.